Hey everyone, we're on the Skyline right now. We are heading over to Hollywood Studios for the After Hours event tonight. So tonight is the last After Hours event for Hollywood Studios for 2024, but Disney just announced the other day that they are bringing it back for 2025. Tickets will go on sale for those events starting September 4th for Disney Resort guests and September 10th for non-resort guests. Those events run starting January 22nd, and they will run through September 3rd of next year. So we're gonna go check out the last day of the event and let you guys know what all there is, so that way if you wanna come next year, you will know everything that's available and if it's worth your money. So tonight for me, with my annual pass holder discount, it was $115 before tax to do the event, and it runs from 9:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m., but you can get access to Hollywood Studios starting at 7 p.m. without any sort of park ticket. As an annual pass holder, I could have gotten into the park before 7 p.m. and it is actually about 5:45 when I am heading over that way. So I will be going in a little bit before 7 p.m. Just because I want to go and watch Frozen sing along before that has its last show for the night. So you do get a pretty decent amount of time, and you also get all you can eat ice cream. So the Mickey ice cream bars, the Mickey ice cream sandwiches, the strawberry ice cream bars, as well as popcorn and soda and water throughout the night. There aren't a ton of food options available. I know that Oga's is open, and I believe there's a couple other places that have limited food options. So I would highly recommend getting to Hollywood Studios before the event starts at 9:30, so before the park closes, to get something to eat before the event actually starts. We're gonna go check out how long wait times are, see what characters are there, and just have a really great night at Hollywood Studios. So let's go. Now, before the event started, I wanted to watch the Frozen sing-along because there are no shows during the After Hours event. So I hopped over to Baseline, grabbed my usual drink, which is the Bloody Orange Hard Cider, and watched the final Frozen sing-along show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Aria. Welcome.
And I'm Sir Eric. Yay!
Hey, Sir Eric? When were you knighted? Citizens of the Kingdom of Hollywoodland, we proudly present to you the story of Anna and Elsa. We also cordially invite you to join us in the singing of any of our Arendelle anthems. Just follow along if you don't know the words.
I think by now everybody knows the words. It was a dark and stormy night.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. Okay. In this story, there are 4 ladies that live in a house in Miami. Dorothy, Rose, Blanche, and Sophia.
I absolutely adore the Frozen sing-along show. The narrators absolutely make the show. Every show is ever so slightly different based on the jokes they tell, and I think tonight might have been the funniest show I've seen. Even the narrators couldn't stop laughing at their own jokes. If you do not have park admission before your After Hours event, you can start getting into the park at 7 p.m. at the turnstiles at the front of the park. If you do have park admission for the day, be it a regular day guest ticket or an annual pass, and you're already in the park before 7 p.m., you can get your wristband at the corner of Sunset and Hollywood Boulevard, which is what I did tonight. Next up is Star Tours, which has a 40-inch height requirement and is a motion simulator that takes you through various scenes in the Star Wars universe. There are multiple scenes you can get, and it changes every time you ride it, so it has a really great re-rideability, although it does make a lot of people motion sick. This ride doesn't often have a long wait, which is why I didn't mind riding it before the After Hours event started, because I rarely ever see it higher than a 10-minute wait, and right now it's a 5. So I'm gonna walk down this and then see what else the night has to offer. Gonna head on to one last ride before the park closes. I am doing Oga's before the park officially closes, even though there's a walk-up throughout the night. I just want to get in there before the park actually closes to not have event time spent at Oga's, even though that is time well spent. We're going to hop onto Alien Swirling Saucers, which has a 32-inch height requirement, so it's fun for pretty much the whole family. We're going to hop on this because it's a 5-minute wait, and this one weirdly can have a longer wait. Alright, so we are heading into Oga's before the event actually starts. It will have a walk-up list all night tonight, but I want to use the event time to ride some rides and meet some characters that aren't usually out. But I was able to snag an 8:20 reservation at like 7:55 tonight, so pretty much a walk-in. So we are going to head in there in a couple minutes, and then when we get out, the party will have officially started, or the After Hours event rather. just left Oga's. It is 8:55, so the park isn't closed for another 5 minutes, and the event technically doesn't start for another 30 minutes, but it looks like Rise is only a 15-minute wait, so we're gonna head over there and hop on Rise. Now, if you don't know, Rise of the Resistance is the Star Wars attraction, the biggest Star Wars attraction here in Galaxy's Edge. It has a 40-inch height requirement, and to call it a ride would be an understatement. It is a full-fledged attraction that immerses you completely into the Star Wars universe. It incorporates all different kinds of ride systems and is hands down the best ride here in Disney World. I flip-flop between this and Cosmic Rewind.
There appear to be a number of small craft heading our way. Raise the shields!
Rise, amazing as always. I don't think it'll be the last time we ride it tonight. The event technically doesn't start for another 10 minutes, so wait times aren't showing up in the app quite yet, but we're gonna head over to Smuggler's Run because it's probably gonna be a walk-on, and if not, we'll just wait the couple of minutes until we can get on the ride, so we're gonna check that out. So Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run is a motion simulator ride with a 38-inch height requirement, and unlike things like Mission Space or Star Tours, you are actually piloting the Millennium Falcon. You'll be assigned to one of 3 roles: pilot, gunner, or engineer. There is also a single rider option, and if you go into single rider, 9 times out of 10 you're going to be the engineer, which during the day I normally will do single rider, but given that it's after hours and the wait time is showing us 20 minutes, I don't think it's actually going to be 20 minutes, but we shall see. So I'm hoping I can get a role other than engineer. I might actually ask if I can be a pilot, because the pilot is the most fun role. So let's go fly the Falcon. All right, so just finished on Smuggler's Run. It was an absolute walk-on, and I was a crew of 1. So that was my first time ever being a crew of 1. It was a lot of fun because I wasn't awkwardly joining in on some family. I did get the 2 containers aquatic sim, which is not shocking because, again, it was me and the autopilots. But taking a look at wait times, Alien Swirling Saucers, which I did already, has a wait time of 5. Minnie and Mickey's is 10. Smuggler's Run is still saying 20, but it's really a walk-on. Rock and Roller Coaster is 10. Slinky Dog is 25. Star Tours is 10. Rise is down, so glad I already got on that. Toy Story Mania is 10, and Tower Terror is 13, which is code for a walk-on. So let's head over to Toy Story Mania. This land is so stinking cute at night, and it's way better than during the day because it's not a million degrees, because Andy's mom doesn't know how to plant any trees for shade. But we're gonna head over to Toy Story Mania because it has a 10-minute wait. So Toy Story Mania is a shooter attraction that has no height requirements, so it's perfect for the whole family, and it's super fun to compete to see who has the highest score. I cannot tell you the last time I went through the standby queue on this ride, so it's very fun to get to go through the standby queue because they have Mr. Potato Head here. So that's absolutely not my best showing for Toy Story Mania, but I did pick up a Mickey's Premium Ice Cream Bar and a Diet Coke, which are both complimentary with the event. All right, over here in what I believe is the Disney Junior Dance Party are some fun character meet and greets. So let's go see who's over here. Alright, so I know in the past that characters have met around Echo Lake, but it seems like tonight they are meeting in the Disney Junior Dance Party area. So they're rotating every half an hour, so I was able to meet Daisy in a Halloween outfit, the White Rabbit, and Chip and Dale. And after talking to a cast member, it sounded like Goofy, Pluto, and Thumper are coming out at the half hour. So maybe I'll head back there. But right now it looks like that Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway's down, as well as Rise of the Resistance. So Tower of Terror has a 13-minute wait, which is signed for a walk-on. So we're gonna head over there right now. Tower of Terror has a 40-inch height requirement, and it is a drop elevator ride where you are entering the Twilight Zone in an elevator shaft, and the elevator shaft drops at random intervals. I was absolutely terrified of this ride up until a week ago, and then a very kind new friend dragged me onto it, and now I am obsessed with it. Alright, so it's 11 o'clock. We have an hour and a half left of the event. Let's do a quick wait time check. Aliens Swirling Saucers is a 5-minute wait. Minnie and Minnie's is back up, and it's a 10-minute wait. Smuggler's Run 10, Rock and Roll 15, Slinky Dog 25, Star Tours 10, Rise 25, Toy Story Mania weirdly 30, and Tower of Terror is a walk-on at 13. So we are gonna head over to Mickey and Minnie's, and then we will have ridden everything here that I will ride, because I still do not ride Rock and Roller Coaster. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is a dark ride with no height requirements, so it's great for the whole family, and it immerses you into the cartoon world with Mickey, Minnie, and Goofy. You're on a runaway railway, and Mickey and Minnie are trying to save you before something bad happens. I think this ride is super cute, and again, really great for the whole family. As much as I miss the Great Movie Ride, this one does fit well in a park that has a lot of rides with height requirements and not a lot for little ones to do. So I do think it works well here, as much as I miss the Great Movie Ride. Running over to Slinky Dog Dash because it only has a 25-minute wait. This is a nice kiddie coaster with a height requirement of 38 inches. And I think that if your kids have done the Barnstormer and Big Thunder Mountain and had no problem with those, this would be the next step up. It definitely goes a little faster than you would anticipate, but it is so fun and absolutely beautiful at night. Nighttime is my favorite time to ride it. So if you get the chance to ride it at night, I highly recommend that because the views from the top peaks are absolutely amazing. You get to see the entire park lit up from up there. After Slinky Dog, I did grab a fruit bar and another Diet Coke because, again, they're free. On my way to the front of the park, Rise is only a 10-minute wait, so we're going to hop in that line and ride that one more time because it is considered the single pass ride, so it is usually harder to get on, and anytime I can ride this with a walk-on wait, essentially, I'm going to. On my way to the Disney Junior Dance Party area to see if the different characters were there, I ran into Jasmine, so I stopped to say hi to her, and I did pass Mary Poppins and one of the penguins, but unfortunately their line was closed for the night. But I did end up hopping in line to meet Jiminy Cricket as well. All right, so I'm back at my hotel room because leaving the park was a little chaotic. I did end up seeing Mickey on my way out, which was such a great surprise. There wasn't really an official line for him. It was just kind of a pop in and say hi to him. So it was really exciting to see him on the way out. One thing that I didn't realize before going into tonight was that the Skyliner would be closed by the time the event was over. For whatever reason, I thought it was gonna be open through the event. Unfortunately, it was not, but Disney did have their buses running. So it was nice to be able to hop on one of the buses and get back to my hotel. Easy peasy, no problem. So just keep that in mind if you're on the Skyliner loop. You will have to take a bus to go back to your hotel. But overall, I had a great night. I got on every single ride in the park from 7 p.m. until 12:30, except for Rock and Roller Coaster, and that's just because I don't do that ride. So if you do, you easily would have been able to get on it. It was a short wait all night, and I did Rise twice and met a bunch of characters. So overall, I think that if you are a rides person and you really prioritize rides, Doing the Hollywood Studios after hours, every single ride was a walk-on. Again, just assume taking what I did starting at 7 p.m. tonight, I did every single ride, met 6 different characters, most of which you don't often see, had some treats, went to Olga's even. So I think if you're a rides person, maybe consider doing Hollywood Studios after hours instead of a full Hollywood Studios day, because if you go in at 7 o'clock, you can get some of the food and drinks. The only caveat is you won't be able to watch any of the shows. So if you don't care about the shows, after hours is a pretty good deal because you get free soda, water, popcorn, and ice cream. So yeah, I had a really great night and it is time to head to bed. But if you guys like this video, make sure to like it and subscribe to my channel, and make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Magic Kaylee. Both those links will be in the video description. Bye!